Okay, today, oops. Hey, hi, Eagles. Jessica was going to do some, oops, this is Bedford. Was going to do some exercises with you today, some yoga poses. And I'm going to read to you the story of the Eagles. The Eagles are back. Still have this backwards thing. The Eagles are back. So let's see how this goes. The Eagles are back. Look at that great picture of that eagle. Years ago, a boy climbed to an eagle nest in an old tree by a remote lake. The nest belonged to a pair of eagles he had named Uncle Sam and First Lady. He had not seen them for a while. His friend the ranger had said the bald eagles were vanishing from the earth, and he was worried. The boy reached the Ari, a 6-foot platform of sticks and limbs that was the eagle's nest. 2 smashed eggs lay at his feet. The boy. The boy knew that the majestic bald eagle was the national bird of the United States. The founding fathers chose the eagle because of its power and beauty. There were 500,000 bald eagles, when the Puritans landed. There was another reason why the bald eagles were the national bird. They helped the little creatures. With their strong beaks, they tear open the leather-skinned salmon and other game that foxes and crows cannot. They eat some, fly away, and the cycle begins. The crow drops bits of foods, and the turtles get it. The turtles drop pieces to the salamanders, who drop bits to the crayfish, who scatter the food to the fairy shrimp and the tiny copepods. A nation of small animal citizens is sustained by one eagle. Bald eagles were now scarce in the United States. They were down to about 450 pairs when the boy picked up the eggshells and climbed down the tree. Why? Cities had taken over land where eagles soared. Hunters had slaughtered them, but mainly the pesticide, DDT, had done them in. It came up the food chain from the copepods to insects, to fish, to the fish-eating eagles. The DDT softened their eggshells so they broke when the eagles sat on the eggs to incubate them. Bird lovers discovered that the eagles were becoming scarce, and the scientists discovered the deadly effects of DDT. Congress banned its use. They used to have airplanes that flew over and made DDT. Dusted the crops with DDT. The boy was sad because he watched Uncle Sam and First Lady raise eaglets every year for as long as he could remember. The shore and the woods had danced with the humble life that were fed by the mighty eagles. Now they were eerily silent. Suddenly, Uncle Sam plummeted from 1,000 feet above and caught a fish. "There you are," the boy cheered. "Hooray, old Sharp Eyes, you're back." The boy was on his way home when he met his friend the ranger. The ranger showed him the precious eagle egg he was carrying. A ranger in Alaska had sent it to him. It was part of a many-faceted campaign to save the eagle. "This is the only pair I know about," the ranger said, "so I'm hoping Uncle Sam and First Lady will adopt this egg. Sometimes eagles do, but I can't watch this pair because I have to go to another park for a while." He's dropping the egg off to the little boy. "I can watch," said the little boy. "Uncle Sam and First Lady are my friends. Once we caught fish together. Things are changing for the better for the eagles," the ranger said. "It is illegal to shoot them. DDT has been banned by Congress. Scientists are trying every trick they know how to get the eagle back. I am trying with this egg. I hope Uncle Sam and First Lady will help me. "So do I," said the boy. The ranger thanked the boy for volunteering to watch the nest for him and climbed up the old tree. High in the Ari, he placed the eggs in the stick-filled nest. "Good luck, egg," he said, and returned to the boy. "If Uncle Sam and First Lady do not come back in 4 days," he said, "your duties are over. They will never be back." The next day at dawn, the boy ran back to the old tree. He whistled for the eagles. They did not answer. The boy returned the second day and whistled for the regal bird. They did not appear. There's the ranger putting the egg in the nest. On the third day, the boy called their names from dawn till dusk. They did not answer. The setting sun had reached the horizon, and the trees were bending in the wind, when suddenly out of the sky came Uncle Sam and First Lady. They alighted on the nest and stared at the egg. Please, please, called the boy. Sit down and incubate. First Lady cried softly. She shook out her feathers and lifted them as if to brood the egg. Then she flew away. There's the eagles. Uncle Sam called to her, but she disappeared in the clouds. He walked to the egg and looked at it. The sun disappeared. The wind blew cold. Uncle Sam ruffled his feathers and sat down on the egg. Just before darkness, First Lady returned. Uncle Sam lifted his 6-foot wing and was airborne. First Lady sat down in his place. They had adopted the egg. The boy went home whistling and grinning. I'll tell the ranger, he said. 28 days later, the egg from Alaska hatched. The eaglet was wobbly and thin. The boy avidly caught fish and threw them to Uncle Sam and First Lady. They snagged them in their talons and fed them to their adopted daughter, Alaska. Alaska, the eaglet grew. She learned to stand up and flap her wings. One day the ranger returned. He cheered to see the eaglet. Alaska is ready to fly, said the boy. Not yet, said the ranger. The books say she's not quite ready. Then a wind gusted under Alaska's wings and lifted her off the Ari. She flapped her wings and was flying. There she is. She's flying. Uncle Sam and First Lady dropped out of the sky and flew with her. 3 bald eagles soared on the thermal winds. Many years later, a man and his son were walking a high trail above the Hudson River. The man looked down on the waterway and shouted, Johnny, the eagles are back. He grinned and pointed to about 30 bald eagles around them. They were soaring over the boats and the water, the river shores and the trees. There's the eagles. There's the boy and his grandpa. That's neat, said his son. I read all about the return of the eagles on the internet. And you know what he said? A boy about my age was supposed to have helped bring the eagles back from extinction. That boy caught fish and tossed them to a pair of eagles who fed them to their adopted eaglet and raised her to adulthood. Great legend. That's not a legend, said the man. I am that boy. The eagles are back. The end. Okay, thanks, guys. Thanks, Eagles. Thanks, Mrs. Bedford. Have a good week. Bye-bye.